Hello! Our video this week brings us near the eastern edge of Shasta County, just north of the town of Manton. It was here alongside Millseat Creek, about a half-mile above its junction with North Battle Creek, where the Volta Powerhouse once stood and produced electricity to other parts of the county. San Francisco businessman Hamden Holmes Noble moved to Shasta County and founded the Keswick Electric Power Company in 1900. He envisioned and began to implement his plan to supply hydroelectric power to the Keswick Smelter and Iron Mountain Mine, owned and operated by the Mountain Copper Company. Noble named the facility where the power system began for Italian physicist Alessandro Volta, inventor of the voltaic pile, which was the first electrical battery that could continuously provide an electric current to a circuit. Construction began in 1900. The powerhouse's foundation was laid on stone and hard earth. Workers used porous lava rock and lime mortar for the structure's 2-foot thick walls. The individual rocks made the walls rough and bumpy since the joints were not filled in. And while this structure here, I do not believe dates from the original, it does give us an idea of what the walls of the powerhouse looked like. The powerhouse contained 2 rooms divided by a firewall. The north room served as a transformer and switching room, and the south room contained a generator impulse wheel. Workers used steam-powered traction engines and a 34-horse and mule team to pull the large granite-wheeled wagons to haul the 56,000-pound generator over rough terrain from the railroad depot in Anderson to this site. To house new generating units, Italian stonemasons expanded the building in 1906 and built a second structure in the Romanesque style in 1908. Please bear with me as I cross Millseat Creek, and the background noise may get a little loud. Volta was one of the first high-head, long-distance hydroelectric powerhouses established in the American West. In a high-head facility, water traveling through the turbine comes from a significantly higher elevation, over 100 meters. And that means that the system needs a smaller volume of water to produce an equivalent amount of energy. In the case of the Volta Powerhouse, the water used to generate the electricity originated up on the Shingletown Ridge, which I'll show you in a moment. Lake Nora and Grace Lake were created as a combination forebays and storage reservoirs for the powerhouse. They were named for H.H. Noble's daughters. Lake Baldwin and Lake Macomber were also part of the infrastructure. And as we look up here, there's the Shingletown Ridge where the water all originated from. Using water transported via ditches, flumes, and pipes, the turbines were turned and the Volta Powerhouse began generating hydroelectric power on November 28, 1901. Electricity moved along high voltage lines from this site to the Freebridge Powerhouse. You can still see a remnant of the facility on the banks of the Sacramento River near the present-day Cypress Street Bridge. From there, it flowed to the smelter at Keswick and the mine at Iron Mountain. Noble's company reorganized as the Northern California Power Company on March 13, 1902, and extended a power line to Red Bluff and Tehama that same year. It also established in 1918 the first transmission line connecting Oregon to California. The company merged with Pacific Gas and Electric in 1919. The success at Volta led to the company broadening its electrical infrastructure to other parts of Northern California. New powerhouses included Clark near Whitmore in 1904, the Cow Creek Powerhouse in South Cow Creek Valley in 1906, South and Inskip powerhouses in Tehama County in 1909 and 1910 respectively, and the Coleman facility on Battle Creek near its confluence with the Sacramento River in 1911. In addition to the actual powerhouse and its respective infrastructure, a small community called the Volta Powerhouse Settlement stood nearby. Married employees and their families lived in wood cottages featuring electricity, running water, and fireplaces. Unmarried men stayed in a two-story bunkhouse that served as their residence, dining hall, and recreation center. Other buildings were a sawmill, machine shop, blacksmith shop, and a large barn for horses used to patrol and repair the ditches and high voltage lines. It is unknown what happened to the settlement and its buildings after the facility closed down. PG&E demolished the physical powerhouse in the early 1980s, so all we are left today is with the modern electrical infrastructure that we see here. Well, that's it for this video, sharing just a little bit of the history of the Volta Powerhouse and how electricity first came into Shasta County and Northern California. There's a much larger history about electricity, and we encourage you to investigate to see how the Volta Powerhouse fits in with the larger context. Until our next video, please take care, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.